Welcome back to Traveling with Krushworth. On this episode, Lizzie and I are adventuring in rugged North Wales. You found us as we set out on our long hike up Snowdon, the highest mountain in the country. Nestled in mystical Snowdonia National Park, this indescribably wild landscape called to us, asking us to revel in its natural splendor and heritage. A place of prehistoric power where Celtic legends and folk tales loom large, Lizzie and I answered, choosing to walk this path. Next, travel with us by bus to the royal town of Caernarfon, crowned by the 13th century castle, a medieval fortress and part of a Welsh UNESCO World Heritage Site. This, being one of the most amazing castles in Wales, was constructed by King Edward I. Come with us, you won't want to miss these corridors and towers, and it's past more than 700 years in the making. We just left the village of Capel Cirig, and Lizzie, what hike are we doing today?
So we're going to attempt to do the Llanberis path up to Snowdon.
Yes, and allegedly the snowpack up there is quite heavy, so I'm not sure what that means, because there's a train that goes to the top, but right now they're only half certain if they can make it halfway up the rails, so that means we might only make it halfway up this mountain. But we'll show you all the sights and possibly all the fails along the way. See you later! Lizzie and I selected the easiest of 6 paths up Snowdon, with our trailhead located just outside Llanberis, a village that also marks the ticket office and rail stop for the Snowdon Mountain Railway. It's hard to believe steam trains have carried summit seekers up Snowdon for more than 120 years. With views like this, we'll return, next time riding in comfort. One word described our hike: gorgeous. Always surrounded by stunning views, we stopped often to take photos and to catch our breath. If you're trekking up like we did, the only opportunity to return by train from the summit is via standby. On this long yet astounding mountain path, no matter the trail chosen, ensure you come down the same way you came up. As you can see, holy, look at that ascent that we're doing. That is crazy. But yeah, alright, back to the climb. For thousands of years, Snowdonia has been a land of myths, spoken around fires ages before written tradition. Rita Gaur's stone tomb under the mountain, the giant slain by the legendary King Arthur, and a prophecy that wizard Merlin whispered to Vortigern about 2 dragons, the triumphant red and defeated white, who fought for Welsh supremacy. Folklore is power in this region, even going as far as fueling history. A final bastion of power in the north, a successive line of medieval Welsh princes reigned for centuries from today's national park. One name among many must be shared: Llewellyn ap Griffith, Lord of Snowdonia and the last recognized Welsh ruler of Wales. Guerrilla warfare tactics from this mountainous region against English forces were the answer to Edward I's cruel reign of Welsh subjugation. Yet it would be this builder king's terrifying new weapon that secured his conquest of this nation, the Iron Ring, castles in stone, Edward's greatest fortress rising at Caernarfon.
The night before we explored the medieval world of Edward I, Kevin and I stopped for a bite to eat in a pub just outside Capel Cirig. Trust us, if you've come off a mountain or just visiting Britain, you'll want to enjoy the food and pub culture like we did. Caernarfon Castle is rooted in mythology, a power grab by its builder king Edward I, as he imposed himself onto the ages-old folkloric tale, the dream of Magnus Maximus. In his sleep, this Roman emperor travelled to a land between sea and mountain, entering the Roman fort Saguntium at Caernarfon, where he met his princess for the first time. As it was for the emperor in the story, this land became Edward's royal capital in the north, its very stonework exploiting Maximus's legendary Welsh lineage and Roman conquest.
Work on the castle and walls began in 1283 by Master Mason James of St. George. The Welsh were banned from the medieval town, forced out at night and only allowed in on market day. Caernarfon has been tested in battle, facing fierce rebellions from local populations. In 1400, a century after the Edwardian conquest, Owain Glyndŵr raised his banner of Welsh independence, emblazoned with the symbol of Uther Pendragon, legendary father to King Arthur. His rebels brought English castles and towns to their knees, yet Caernarfon stood tall. A garrison of 28 men held this castle against Glyndŵr's army and French allies. Crushed outright after years, the rebel leader escaped capture, refused all pardons, and disappeared into history, his status as a traitor lifted in 1948.
Built to strike fear into the Welsh, today's Caernarfon Castle is part of the fabric of Great Britain. Why? A respected title revered by native Welsh princes. Following the country's brutal conquest at the hands of Edward I, the king took everything from the people, investing his son, Edward II, as Prince of Wales in 1301. A Welsh title would, from that day on, like it or not, be thoroughly English. The title remains with us to this day, with Queen Elizabeth II investing her son, Charles, as Prince of Wales at Caernarfon in 1969.
Thank you for watching this Snowdonia and Caernarfon episode of Traveling with Krushworth. To return to Cardiff area, click the link to the left. If you want to travel with us to Laycock and Avebury, click the link on the right. Let us know what you loved about Wales. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on. Thanks for watching and see you next time.